institutional capital is quietly rotating under the surface of the Nifty 50. While retail momentum continues to chase short-term trends, sophisticated money is positioning for a structural transition. The market's struggle to reclaim previous highs reveals a deeper repricing of risk and valuation across Indian equities. To understand where this capital is moving, we must first analyze the structural foundation of the Nifty 50 index itself. This benchmark serves as the primary gateway for global and domestic flows into India's structural growth story. Its multi-sector composition represents a powerful economic moat built on consumption and infrastructure. But that is only part of the story. The financial services sector acts as the ultimate anchor for this index, driven by heavyweights like HDFC Bank and ICICI Bank. These institutions capture the compounding benefits of domestic credit expansion while insulating the broader economy from external macro shocks. Here's where the margin metrics become interesting. The latest quarterly earnings cycle shows a clear divergence across key sectors. While major private sector banks managed to sustain credit growth, consumer-facing companies experienced margin contraction due to sticky input costs. The street is now re-evaluating earnings visibility. Now look at how the large-cap conglomerates are performing. Reliance Industries demonstrated strong operational resilience, though retail and digital services segments demanded substantial capital reinvestment. At the same time, industrial powerhouse Larsen & Toubro showed robust revenue execution, driven by strong public sector infrastructure orders. The next signal comes from management's capital allocation. Corporate leadership across these heavyweights is shifting from aggressive capacity expansion to return on equity preservation. Companies are focusing heavily on optimizing current capacity. They are prioritizing balance sheet health over debt-fueled growth in a high-interest rate environment. This conservative corporate strategy aligns with the broader macroeconomic backdrop. The Reserve Bank of India has maintained its focus on managing persistent headline inflation. By keeping interest rates elevated, the central bank supports a stable currency but places a premium on highly liquid, cash-generative businesses. That leads us to a bigger question regarding global liquidity shifts. Foreign institutional investors have engaged in strategic capital rotation, occasionally reducing exposure during periods of extended valuation. However, domestic mutual fund flows continue to show remarkable resilience, creating a strong structural floor for large-cap assets. Something important is happening here that retail investors might be overlooking. While the Nifty 50 remains relatively stable, mid and small cap segments are trading at historically high premiums. This valuation expansion exposes momentum-driven portfolios to sharp corrections if global macro conditions worsen or growth slows. There are also persistent headwinds in the domestic consumption space. Rural recovery remains uneven, which continues to impact volume growth for fast-moving consumer goods. Additionally, volatile global energy prices present a constant risk to input costs and the overall current account deficit. The market appears to be pricing in a temporary normalization of corporate earnings. Over the next 2 fiscal years, Nifty 50 index earnings growth is projected to remain steady in the low double digits. This projection suggests that long-term structural compounding is replacing the post-pandemic earnings boom. Despite near-term consolidation, the multi-year investment thesis for India remains highly compelling. India's digital public infrastructure and supportive manufacturing policy incentives are creating a new economic model. These transformations help justify a structurally higher valuation multiple compared to historical emerging market peers. From a portfolio perspective, we are maintaining a breakout watch on the large-cap banking sector. These high-quality financial institutions are showing healthy credit metrics. This stability should allow them to lead the next phase of market expansion once global interest rate pressures begin to subside. Conversely, we suggest a selective trim consideration for overextended consumption and mid-cap engineering stocks trading well above their historical multiples. Reallocating capital from these high-multiple sectors to cash-rich, defensive large-cap options is a prudent way to manage portfolio risk in the current environment. Navigating this market transition requires institutional discipline and a deep focus on balance sheet strength. For more high-end institutional market intelligence and structural investment analysis, subscribe to SR Money News IN. Share your thoughts on where you are allocating capital in the comments below.